Ladies
Ladies
and
and gentlemen,
gentlemen,
the
the
moment you've
moment
been
you've been
waiting for.
waiting for. The top 10 hardest items to get in Adventure Quest worlds of all time, brought to you by your favorites BBAQW, Stuart and Raj. The
Oh
time has
yeah.
come. We finally have got around
Yes.
to doing this video, and you guys may be wondering, what's all the hype about? Well, the hype is that throughout our time playing AQW and streaming and creating content, we have made it our goal to be as helpful as possible with our guides. And yes, we do have a guide for every single item on this list. So say you guys also want to get some of these items on the list, you can just check the description and you will see a link to a BBAQW video for literally every single item on this list except for one of them. We'll get to that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Get some water, get some snacks, lay down on your couch, stream it to your TV, get your friends and family watching, and let's get into it.
Guys, it's BBAQW here with another video. Today I will show you how to get a shite ton of rep for any zone.
Start streaming! What's Gucci my coochie?
Coming in at number 10, we got the class Yami no Ronin. Raj, take it away.
Alright, so basically, the main hard thing about this class is the Legion tokens, obviously. Obviously, this farm is much harder if you don't have any Legion token pets, but even if you do not underestimate this farm. It does indeed take a while to get all of the Platinum Paragon medals you need for forging the miscellaneous merge items you need, and also you have to kill bosses and certain monsters a lot of times to get items to merge, and you also need to have Blade Master or Sword Master, which is another class on top of that. And yeah, this is a not a very hard farm, but decently hard, especially if you don't have a Legion token pet.
Yeah, so here at Dark Alley, or Dark Ally, rather. If you have a Legion token pet, it should take you probably maybe 1 day of medium farming to 2 days of maybe medium light farming. That is if you're, a relatively high level. This is the top 10 hardest items to get, not like for it. This video isn't for everyone. So yeah, it's a 1 to 2 day farm without a Legion token pet. You start getting into 3 days, you're gonna have to do some Dage PvP. So yes,
Yeah.
number 10, Yami no Ronin. Alrighty, so coming in at number 9, we have the full set. Not just the blade, not just the cape, not the helm, not the armor. All 4 of them. So let's get into it. So you may be asking, why is this number 9 on the list? Starting off, the Blade of Awe itself. If we go to the artifact quest here, we'll head over to the crossroads to make things easier. The blade itself, finding the runes and all that other stuff, it takes a fair amount of luck. So you already have the lowest drop in the game, if I recall correctly, with trying to find the runes. So the Blade of Awe itself it takes quite a bit of luck, but you don't have to be that high of a level, you just need luck on your side. Now for the Cape of Awe, you need to kill Benki, and if you guys played AQW, of course you know Benki. He's considered one of the hardest bosses to kill. He locks your abilities, he stuns you, he can one-shot you. And yeah, let's see here. If we go to the Armor of Awe and we go to the merch shop here, under the Cape of Awe you need a Cape Relic, Cape Fragment, and basically, yeah, you need to kill Binky for that, so that can take some time. And then we get into the harder items here. You have the Armor of Awe. For the Armor of Awe, you're going to have to kill Ultra Acrylith like 225 times, you're going to have to kill Ultra Altion a bunch of times, you're going to have to kill the Void Dragon. Basically a ton of boss farming, and it can take a ton of time, especially if you don't have people helping you. We managed to do it in probably 8 hours, but that was with like all level 100s from our streams helping us and watching us, you know, just helping us along. So yeah, the Armor of Awe takes quite a bit of time. Now moving on to the Helm of Awe, you have to kill Raxgor 250 times, and that was honestly the biggest pain. The guy has basically 1,000,000 health, and yeah, he locks your abilities.
One of your abilities as well, because that's
Super
a
annoying.
fun gimmick.
Yeah, what a buzzkill there. So yeah, you know, farming this whole set with maybe like a couple of your friends could take up to like, I don't know, probably 15 hours, 20 hours of total farm time. Yeah, it's a pretty hardcore grind, but hey, it's number 9 on the list, so what do you expect, huh? Alright, so coming in at number 8 on the list, we have basically a collection of items. Now, this isn't the whole collection of items. This is like, let's say, farming one of these items is number 8 on the list, not farming all of them. So coming in at number 8, we have the Hollowborn farm. So right here, I have the Hollowborn Oblivion Blade equipped. If you're here in Miltoni's Secret, you can go to Lay, go to his quests, and you'll see summoning and stuff. And here's the requirement for the Hollowborn Oblivion Blade, a ton of stuff here. You're going to need a bunch of blood gems, bunch of diamonds, bunch of basically all the Nulgath regions. So, as I said, this isn't just one of the Hollowborn items. Farming any of these Hollowborn items, like, let's see, if we go to the merge shop here, I know this is a little bit harder, but farming ArchFiend Warlord would count as number 8. Farming maybe the Hollowborn Paladin from the new release, farming the ArchFiend Spear, maybe a little bit easier. Farming the Hollowborn Oblivion Blade, all of these count as number 8 on the list. You know, they take a ton of Nulgath regions and a bunch of dedications, so it's also really hard to suddenly get into, so you can't just like, say you've just been doing farming Legion stuff, and then you just hop on over to the Nation for the first time, and you want to farm one of these items, it's going to be very hard, especially if you don't have farming pets like Crag or Drudgeon. So yeah, Hollowborn Oblivion Blade, ArchFiend Warlord, Hollowborn Paladin, all these items count as number 8 on the list.
Alrighty, so coming in at number 7, we have Sepulchure's DoomKnight armor. And basically, to farm this armor, you're gonna need to be a member, and yeah, so what you want to do is you click on Veil, click on Sepulchure's DoomKnight armor quests, and yeah, you just complete the quests. We have a guide on how to get this armor. It's a fairly hard farm, I'd say, and yeah, it takes about a week if you're really grinding it. And you get lucky with the medals you need. And some people might be asking, like, if SDK is number 7, why isn't it BLOD? And thing with BLOD is that there's a permanent boost on the spirit orbs for BLOD. And also, obviously, like, being a member, like, that obviously takes money, and not everyone's willing to do that. And yeah, SDK, it's pretty time consuming, need to get lucky with your medals, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's number 7 on the list. Not for the faint of heart.
Alright, so coming in at number 6 on the list, we kind of have your, we basically have your Wombo combo. We got 2 things on this list, you know, probably more than 2 things, but it's a combination basically. So coming in at number 6, we have the Enchanted Nulgath Nation House. We'll get to what else is involved with this in a minute, but yeah, the Enchanted Nulgath Nation House. It's honestly the coolest house in the game, in my opinion. You get your own Nulgath in your house here. But let's head over to Nulgath's quest here and see what you need for the Nulgath Nation House. So terraforming. You need basically maxed every region of Nulgath. Blood gems, the most annoying thing. You need 100 of them. If you don't have farming pets, that's going to be a big pain. But yeah, you need literally everything, all the regions in Nulgath here. And then you get the Nulgath Nation House. And then on top of that, you have to enchant it with farming some 0.1% drops or something, 1% drops, I'm not too sure. But anyways, it's a giant pain. Now, you may be asking yourself, what's the second part of this house that's on number 6? And that would be the Void Destroyer set. So if you have the Enchanted Nulgath Nation House, that unlocks these quests here. And you can do the Void Destroyer Diamond quest. And basically, you turn this quest in a bunch of times, and at random, you may receive the various items from here as well as the armor. So, yeah, it's random. And it's not that hard though, because it hardly takes any regions. The hardest part is probably the unidentified 4. Other than that, it's basically on par with the house itself, because this is just kind of a freebie that comes with it, because you don't need to do much at all.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Void Warlock set. So, first thing you have to do to get even conceive getting this armor is you have to get the Enchanted Nulgath Nation House, which, as we've covered, is already a grand task in and of itself. And then after that, you head over to these little pile of skulls here, and then you click on their quests. And basically what you need for getting the armor, the crown, the scythe, the sword, the pet, and the armor is that you need another 90 blood gems on top of the 100 you already farmed for the Nation House itself. And then you also need a voucher, a tainted gem, and Brittany's Winter Diamond, which you get from killing a boss, as well as the unidentified 13. And then for the other Void Warlock items, those aren't nearly as hard as the 90 blood gem ones. You just need some tainted gems, diamonds, gems, a voucher, Unit 13, 1000 Nulgath's approval, and Brittany's Winter Diamond. So this farm is pretty hard in and of itself, especially if you don't have like the proper Nulgath pets to be doing this quest. And yeah, like this on top of ENH is pretty hard, I'd say. That's why it's number 5 on the list.
Also, keep in mind, we do not have a guide out for this set because it's basically all the same stuff you farmed for the Enchanted Nulgath Nation House, except, again, like, all these items are the same except for Brittany's Winter Diamond, which you can just look up on the wiki. It's as simple, you, like, kill a dragon, like, a couple times, and then you get it. So, yeah, Void Warlock set. Very difficult, number 5 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
This should be played at high volume.
Alright, coming in at number 4 on the list, we have Legion Revenant. And now we're starting to get into some pretty useful items here, you know. Legion Revenant is arguably the best class in the game. It's a multi-tool, it can solo, it can farm, it can buff. It's literally everything you want. But for a class that has everything you want, it's going to come with quite the tall tasks. If we go to the quests here, you have Legion Fealty 1. Need to kill these things a bunch of times, like Aegis is a boss with, what, 100,000 health. Tethered Souls, they have 30,000 health. Darkened Essence, you gotta kill a bunch of those guys. Same with the Dracloach contracts. And keep in mind that gets you 1 Revenant spell scroll. If you go to the final requirements, you need 20 spell scrolls, as well as 6 Conquest Wreath. You need to kill all these guys 500 times, and you need to do this 6 times. That took us, what? We were able to do 1 of those in like an hour 45 minutes. And if you go to Legion Fealty 3, you have to do this quest 10 times, and that takes 4,000 Legion tokens each time, so you need a total of 40,000 Legion tokens to get Legion Revenant. So yeah, this class is super hard to get, a big pain. We did all of it on live stream, like literally every second of it has been documented on our channel. If you want to go back and watch those because you're crazy or something, yeah, feel free to go watch those. We also have...
especially if you don't have a Legion token pet, this farm maybe like number 2 for you if you don't have a pet.
Yeah, if you don't have a Legion token pet,
it's pretty insane if you don't have a Legion token pet.
You know, once we're getting high on this list here, getting down to the hardest items to farm, you know, things are gonna get very difficult. So yeah, if you want to get it, check out our lovely guide in the description below.
So, coming in at number 3, getting into the nitty gritty, hardest shit to get in this game, we have Void Highlord, arguably the best soloing class in the game. Its sustain is insane. Its damage output is insane. Everything about this fucking class, when it comes to soloing, is insane. Alrighty, so you may be asking, now how do you get this insane class? Okay, so first things first, you gotta do the Void Highlord's challenge 15 times. And guess what? This quest in and of itself is hard to do even once. Okay? So you have to do this a total of 15 times to get the 15 Roins you need to get this class. Okay. But on top of that, you also need the old Void Crystal A and Void Crystal B. And now, these things, like, they take a while, but Roins take the longest time to get by far. And this class is also locked behind a daily, which is the Elder's Blood that you get from Arkengrove. So yeah, this takes a minimum of 17 days, regardless of how good you are at farming, unless you already have pre-stacked Elder's Blood.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like, you need 30 million gold, because you need 15 Roins, and for each Ronin you need a Nulgath-shaped chocolate, and that's 2 million gold, and yeah, this is a pain. Some of you may be asking, like, oh, Legion Revenant's harder, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, this is completely in our opinion. We have experienced every item on this list firsthand, so this is coming straight from the source. Like, this is completely based off of our opinions and our best judgment. So yes, we do think that Void Highlord is harder than Legion Revenant, because you just eat so much random crap. Like, Legion Revenant, you know, like, it's all the same stuff over and over again. You could say the same about Void Highlord, but there's so much extra random crap you need.
Like, for example, you need elemental ink. Like when we first tried to get that, we had to spend time, like, just figuring out how the fuck we get elemental ink first before starting to even do the quest. Like, there's a bunch of random, like, crap for Void Highlord's challenge that, like, you probably don't even know about if you haven't done the quest.
If you want to get Void Highlord yourself, in the description you have the best Void Highlord guide on YouTube made by yours truly at BBAQW, so check that video out. Okay.
And yep, that is basically why this item is number 3 on our top 10 hardest items to farm.
Alright, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, fellas and fellies, coming in at number 2 on the list, we got arguably one of the coolest armors in the game. It is ArchFiend DoomLord. Now, this is number 2 on the list because simply hearing the name strikes fear in me and brings back depressing memories of farming this epic armor. I mean, just farming it has caused me to lose numerous brain cells. And you may be asking yourself, why is that? Well, let's take a look here. If we go to Oblivion's quests here, you have the final quest, Enough Doom for an Archfiend. And you may be looking at the requirements like, oh, that's not that bad. Voucher non-mem, essence, you know, all these things are relatively easy to get. And then you land your eyes upon the unidentified 35, and you look further into the previous quest, Nulgath the Man's Work. You see these requirements like, oh dang, that like, Hanzo, Golden Hanzo Void, that's a voucher non-mem itself. And you need the unidentified 35, and keep in mind you need every one of these items. You need the Doomblade, War Mask, Cloak, and the Locks to even accept this final quest. So you need to do this quest 4 times, but then you're saying, what about the unidentified 35? You may receive at random. Yes, this item is a 15% drop from this quest. It took me 10 tries to do it, and it was the biggest pain, mainly because of the unidentified 34s, which are already basically a random drop from this quest. You either get 1, 2, 3, or 5, and getting just getting these requirements in general is a big pain. This item is such a headache to get because of a 15% drop. Like, in theory, it should take you 6 tries. It took me 10, it took Raj 5, it took our friend Kyoko like 24 or something. It's crazy. This item is such a pain to get. I never would ever farm this item again in my life. Getting the unidentified 35 was one of the happier moments on the YouTube channel. Yeah, screw farming this item, but it's sick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd say the armor is worth it. Like, it's a dope armor, but yeah, it is a fucking pain to farm. So, if you want to look more into being a masochist and torturing yourself by farming this, you can look in the description, and we'll have our flawless guide on how to obtain this hell of an armor.
Yeah, it's crazy. Good luck. Alright, so before we get into the number 1 spot that you all have been waiting for, we have some honorable mentions. So some of the honorable mentions will be the Nulgath Orb armors. So we have the Evolved Blood set here that I'm wearing. We have the Evolved Shadow set that Raj is wearing. There's also the Hex, we didn't bother farming that. And there's some other ones. So basically what makes these hard is getting the orbs themselves take a lot of the Nulgath regions, and then if you go to the quest, I'll go to the Blood Orb for example. We'll take a look at the quest here. So Flow Like Blood. You know, it's some lacking requirements, but you need the Dimensional Champion, which is a Juggernaut item, and you also need the Crimson Plate, and not that bad, but the 1v1 PvP trophies. That's a daily. You need to basically beat 10 people in PvP every day for 10 days, and then you can get this armor. And for the Shadow armor that Raj is wearing, you basically need a ton of combat trophies, so those are a real doozy to farm. I hate farming them, they're super boring. But yeah, that's why they're an honorable mention. These armors are pretty difficult to get. And our final honorable mention, or the final 2 honorable mentions I should say, would be the Drakith armor and the Blinding Light of Destiny. You know, those items have just been, I'd like to say power crept, but it's not really power crept, it's like farm crept. Like, they used to be some of the hardest items to get in the game, but now with the permanent Spirit Orb boost on the Blinding Light of Destiny, it just makes it a lot easier than, you know, number 10, number 9, number 8 on this list. But yeah, it's still a very hardcore item to farm. I highly recommend doing it if you want to get into farming. Guide in the description for the Drakith armor and the Blinding Light of Destiny in the description. Go check it out. If you want to see us farming these armors, like the Blood and Shadow, you can also check out our channel. We had multiple streams getting those, and yeah. That's our honorable mentions, and then we will move in to the number 1 item. Alright, and for the moment you all have been waiting for, coming in at number 1 on our list is of course the Necrotic Sword of Doom. I'm sure a lot of you saw this one coming, but hey, it is the hardest item to get in the game. I mean, you need number 7 on this list to even, like, get this item in a reasonable way. I mean, other than that, like, if you do the other ways that don't require the Sepulchure's DoomKnight armor, you're gonna be looking at this item being number 0 on the list, maybe even -1 because of how hard it is to farm. It's actually absurd. Recently, AE has been doing some boosts to make this item basically twice as fast to farm, and even then, it's still number 1 on this list. So yeah, we're gonna head over to Shadowfall to show you guys some of the requirements here. And yeah, once you're here, you want to click on Brayus. Oh, Necrotic Blade badge. Cool, cool, cool. So if we go to his shop here, you'll see the Necrotic Sword of Doom. Hilt, Blade, Aura, Void Aura, Doomheart. Not that bad at all, right? Until you see all this stuff you need. Like, you need so many. You need 7,500 Void Auras, and that's honestly the worst part. And you get Void Auras like, look at this. Retrieve Void Auras, so this is the non-member way. And it only gives you 10, like, at most, from killing all these bosses. So if we do, like, Commanding Shadow Essence, which is what we did, you have to kill the guys in Shadow Realm 50 times, as well as the boss 3 times, and then at most you can get 10, and you need 7,500. This item is actually crazy. Never would farm it again in my life, but it was definitely worth it, because this is the best item in the game. You have anything to add, Raj?
Yeah, it also does an additional 51% damage to all monsters in the game. So there's that aspect of it as well. And we forgot to mention that SDK does an additional 51% damage to all human monsters. So this weapon combined with SDK, combined with like, say, VHL or Legion Revenant, does a motherfuck ton of damage to shit in this game. So if
Yeah.
you're looking to kill bosses quickly, get SDK and Ensod.
Yeah. We also have a lovely guide in the description on how to get Ensod, as well as all the items on this list. And I'm gonna say it once again, you know, this is in our opinion. We've first-hand farmed all these items on the list, and we're trying to be as helpful as possible with the guides. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, technically we could say this video has taken us 7 or 8 years to make, because, you know, like leveling up our accounts, getting all these items is what allowed us to make this video. So we'd really appreciate it if you guys share, like, subscribe, watch our other videos, you know.
Yeah. We
we're
also
really close to
appreciate
2K.
everyone who helped us like getting all these items, or even just like stop by on the stream. Like definitely people on the stream like definitely motivated us to get these items, because farming these items yourself in a dark room is pretty depressing. So yeah, thank you to everyone who stopped by the streams, said hello, interacted with us, helped us farm these items. We appreciate everyone.
Yes, we
Thank
wouldn't
you.
have been able to do it without you.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.